Hello and welcome to DVB Vox Pop, a podcast featuring voices from Generation Z
We are your hosts, Ningsu.
and Duya,
Tune in every week to hear young people share their personal stories,
and how they hope to achieve a future democratic Myanmar.
free from military dictatorship. To listen, follow DVB English in your podcast app.
DVB Vox Pop is available wherever you get your podcasts. Hello, this is Duya. Welcome to DVB Vox Pop. For today's episode, I'm here with Sandar, a teacher who resists the military coup by joining CDM movement. Sandar, welcome to DVB Vox Pop.
Hello, everyone.
Could you please introduce yourself?
I'm Sandra, and I come from a small village of Karenni State of Myanmar. Before the military coup, I used to be a primary assistant teacher who has to teach 5 to 10 age level of children.
So, Sandar, when did you join civil disobedience movement? And I know it's really difficult for you. And how do you feel about that?
I joined the civil disobedience movement since the first week of February 2021. My family didn't give any reaction when I joined CDM. Sometimes they support me with whatever I want to do, but sometimes they prohibited me with the things that are dangerous for me. I'm so proud of myself trying this movement.
When you join, do you have any pressure from your superior at the school?
No, I didn't get any pressure from my school because a lot of my friends from my school joined the civil disobedience movement with me. A lot of my friends, maybe 90% from my school joined.
For now, it has been over 2 years since the coup and since you joined civil disobedience movement. So, does any of your friends go back to work under Myanmar military?
Yes, they went back to teaching under the military for some reason, such as they didn't get enough support during 2 years.
You mean you don't get enough support? So what you mean about that? Like you don't get support from NUG or any CRPH?
Yes, we only get the support during this 2 years only for 3 or 4 times, but almost we got from the KR Basic Education Teacher Union, and from the NUG we only get two times.
You mentioned about KR teacher unions. So how many teachers are in the union?
That union was formed since 2021 February 2nd week, and start with only 12 teachers, just a small group, but they trying to support their CDM teacher, and for the children in the forest, they trying to give the teaching environment for the children in the forest, and they support the CDM teacher as much as they can.
You mean children in the forest? How do you mean about that? Did they display from their home because of the conflict?
Yes, sure.
I know it's really difficult. A lot of teachers from KR State join the CDM. How do you guys manage to hide from the Burmese military?
We didn't go anywhere. We just stay on the small village, and sometimes it is hard to stay in the forest. Yeah.
Do you guys got any help from the Karenni Defense Force?
Yes, there is a lot of defense force in Karenni State. We got sometimes we got support from them. Sometimes they have they have some support to buy the school supply for the children. They also protect from the military. Yeah.
So were you in the jungle, like to avoid the conflict or to avoid the military?
I live in the jungle for maybe 1 year, and after that, sometime we joined CDM, right? So we didn't have any employment or any incomes. So now we have to struggling for our lives.
Now you're in Thailand, so how do you manage to get here?
I came to Thailand by the borderline, across the borderline, and now I got the work permit and passport. And it is hard to come to the neighboring country for the CDM because just only walk across the borderline. We didn't go like the bus or like buying the airplane, just walk.
Could you please explain a little more detail, like how dangerous is that?
We have to stay in the forest during we come to Thailand. 3 nights in the forest, but is there any food? Just like a noodle and just small houses, but with a lot of people in that house, and we share the food and we share the clothes and the blankets as well. After that, we have to stay at the border area for 2 or 4 hours, 2 to 4 hours, and after that we get in.
So, were you nervous or worried at that time, like you being captured by the Burmese military or Thai authorities?
Yes, I'm worried about that, but at night we have to walk across the river and climb the mountain, across the mountain. Yeah, but from my group, they support me, they help me. I overcome from those difficulties because of my friend. They help me a lot.
So now you're in Thailand. So, what kind of job you're working right now to living or to support the children in the forest?
In Thailand now, I work like a waitress or sometimes kitchen helper and housekeeper. Because in here we didn't get any job opportunity like teacher in Myanmar, so we have to work such as in the restaurant or in the factory or in the housekeeper.
Yeah, I know those kind of struggle because like I myself before I joined to DVB, I work as a waiter in the restaurant. Do you still want to teach the children like in Thailand or maybe in the borderline?
Yes, I really want to teach the children, especially for the children in Myanmar. I really want to do it.
So for the children in the forest, like what kind of struggles they are facing now?
Yes, in the forest, mostly they require the textbook and school supply, and sometimes they need the shelter and the chair, like just school supply, and sometimes we need for the CDM who are teaching for those children. We want to give them a little bit of support, and for the children and for the teacher as well.
For the school in the forest, there's a lot of like airstrikes and like artillery shot in into the forest in Karenni State. So like, how do you manage to like open a school in the forest? Like, did you make any like permanent building, or did you go with the mobile schools?
We almost go as a mobile school because if the airstrike come, we move another place. Yeah.
From Thailand, how you manage to support CDM movement members inside Myanmar?
Rather than supporting CDM, there is some kind of giving back to my friend who were detained during the coup. I'm trying to do whatever I can in other country to help them.
Would you be able to elaborate more on that?
Sometimes I make a small group of CDM who are in Thailand now, and each month we support, we collect our money, and by maybe 100 baht or until 1,000 baht we collect together and we support back. Sometimes we sell the ticket. And from this ticket we got a lot of money, and we can share with them. We support with them to every, not everywhere, just to the people defense force and the children and to the CDM teacher, and as well those who were detained in the prison.
Do you miss teaching the children?
Of course, I really miss that one.
Are you still studying for yourself, like for the teaching or for the like self-improvement?
Yes, I have. I'm still learning by myself, and sometimes I join the online course for improvement.
What do you hope for the future of Myanmar?
The future of Myanmar is uncertain. The support of the international community and the result of the internal war will change the futures of Myanmar. As for me, I really want the peace as soon as possible. No more war in our country. I really miss my hometown and want to go back.
Thank you so much for your time, and I hope like you will go back to your home soon.
Thank you too.